I'm just going everywhere and nowhere. I decided to go to art school, the first time of my life. I have a super big problem, which is that I haven't found my art style yet. And that's super important if you want to be successful and be recognized as an artist. So far I painted a lot of photorealistic artworks. I also tried to put some more abstract things inside of it. I tried different mediums, so I tried a lot, but I never had this key moment where I thought this is the way I want to go. Maybe you notice I'm just going everywhere and nowhere. So I want to speed up this process of finding my own style. And the result is that I decided to go to art school, the first time of my life. And I found this program called Mastery Program from the Milan Art Institute. It's an art school based in Georgia in America. And they offer this online program. If you once buy it, you have lifetime access to it. It's usually made for 1 year, but you can learn on your own pace. In this program, they say they will teach you painting skills, they will teach you about how to find your voice or art style, and how to do all this marketing stuff. So I decided for myself that I want to try it and go with it. I already purchased this class last year, like 1.5 years ago. So it's day 1 of the Mastery Program. I did the first weeks, but then I wasn't able to catch up with the pace. So I just at some point let it slip away, and yeah, now I'm back on it, and this time I'm really gonna do it. So what I want to achieve for myself from this art course is that, what I already said, of course, want to find my own art style and voice. Also, I want to loosen up more so I have more freedom while creating and that it becomes more fun for me, since I got a little bored from all this super detailed, realistic work. Yeah, and also to speed up my process, since I'm now kind of a really slow painter. But enough of this pre-talk, let's just hop right into the first week of attending this program. Good morning, it's Tuesday today. I started the Mastery Program of the Milan Art Institute yesterday, but I didn't record any talking because I was a little sick. I'm still recovering. There was a lot of talking to get prepared, what it is about, like an instruction basically.
Hey everybody, this is really exciting. You are about to start the Mastery Program.
The 2 lessons I actually did was one drawing lesson, which was just about holding the pencil or charcoal actually, because a lot of people do it wrong. I also did it wrong first. Then the second class was about the oil painting, first oil painting class. Oils generally is something that is pretty new for me. I mean, I did it a bit before, also learned the basics last year, but it's still something that I don't feel comfortable with doing because, I don't know, I just don't have the feeling about mixing it right with the thinner and the oil you have to put inside, and also how much paint I have to mix in without it getting drippy or being too thick, and I'm really looking forward to improve that. I can feel that it's still a bit sticky, so I will wait a bit more, but I can do another exercise today first, which is a drawing class. The exercise was just to learn the basics, how to get proportions right if you want to sketch something from life. In this case, I was supposed to draw my own hand holding a wash brush. The brush functioned as a simple to draw object which gave a starting point to put the hand in relation and draw it around it. When the paint was dried in the evening, I started with the glaze layer on the chicken, using only transparent paint. I just had to add a small amount of an opaque white to give a starting point for the brightest highlights. Welcome back. It's Thursday today already. Yesterday the sickness had me back a little, but I want to keep doing things. So Yeah, I just watched another class for today, which is the opaque layer on this painting. I already noticed that my proportions are slightly off. On the source you see that this is actually much thinner. I see if I will correct it or not. There's so many colors on my palette. Usually I work with a pretty limited palette with my acrylics, so this is just like crazy for me, but it feels kind of nice and exciting too. The first thing I did was fixing the side of the chicken a little with some white to make it match more to the source. Then I started adding more opaques and highlights to the background while slowly working towards the foreground and the chicken itself. Working from dark to bright, I started painting the chicken and adding some structure to the feathers, using just warm colors. Finally, I ended the painting with working on the, I think, most important part, the head area. So, I just watched the last task for today, for this week actually. So this time we have to pick a shoe of our own and we have to draw it from life with the measuring tool. So I just picked my shoe, which is this one. Not too many distractions, just a simple shoe, simple shapes. So this should be good to just learn how to use the tool. This was a different method for doing the outlines and finding the proportions than in the first exercise with the brush and the hand. This time it was about using the scale tool to measure different lengths and distances and transfer it onto the paper. In my opinion, it is a pretty good way to make sure that the proportions are correct, but I also found it a bit exhausting because I had to focus a lot and double-check everything. But probably that was just me, and using the tool more often would make the workflow much easier. Yeah, the first week is done already. I did all of my classes that I should do. Even though I did this class last year already, it was super helpful to just do them again because I already forgot more than half of it. And yeah, we did the sketching from life task where I still kind of struggle to have a nice working process. I'm still a bit slow, also with the hand I struggle to paint the fingers, but I think there will be more classes about that so I can practice a lot. Also with the oil paints, I got a bit more familiar with the process, how to work with them. It's a bit hard for me since I am used to work with acrylics, but I think for just the first painting of this course it turned out pretty well. First I wasn't so satisfied with how it looked because it wasn't this super detailed work that I'm used to, but now that I look at it I think it's kind of nice. You can see all these brush strokes and yeah, it looks so much painted and just gives this artistic vibe, which I think I already start enjoying it. It really was an amazing task to start to loosen up a little. If I compare this oil painting I did this year with the one from last year where I painted a duck, I think that I already improved since then, because I remember last year I just was so confused with this new medium that I just tried to paint like I would do with acrylics. So I just put paint on paint on paint, and everything just got mixed up, and I ended up just covering the whole canvas with the third layer of paint, which wasn't the task since the transparent glaze should show through a little. Yeah, so I think this time I did this better. Still a bit confused though, but I have a lot of parts where this transparent layer shows through, which actually highlights the opaque colors much more, so the chicken is really popping out, I think. So I like this painting a bit more, but I'm curious what you think. Just tell me in the comments which painting you like more. So that was it with the first week of Mastery Program. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're looking forward as much as I do to the next week. So see you then.
I had a dream, the sun was shining all on your face and on mine too, in our favorite place.